Welcome back to the Tropical Update. It's Tuesday, September 26th. I'm Tom. I'll be guiding you through graphics. We're going to be talking about Hurricane Maria as it moves north toward the Outer Banks. And we're also going to be talking about Hurricane Lee out in the Atlantic and what it's going to be doing and where it's going. First, let's look at Maria. At 11 p.m., it was 245 miles southeast of Cape Hatteras. Winds were 80 miles an hour. The central pressure was 969 millibars, and it was moving north at only 7 miles per hour. They expect this forward motion it may possibly slow down a little bit. They're not expecting Maria to intensify. It's just not in a very good spot. It's getting some dry air and churned up waters from Jose. And here is our cone, and it's pretty much showing that slow movement north, and then once it makes its turn to the northeast, it will accelerate and just become a tropical low sometime out toward the end of the week. And next up, we're going to look at our models, and they're showing the same thing. They're showing that it's going to be slowing down before it makes its turn to the east. So we're probably looking at sometime late Wednesday it'll start making that turn. Now here is our hurricane advisories. And right now there's a tropical storm warning out, and that's from Emerald Isles all the way up pretty much to Norfolk. So they're looking for some tropical force winds to start up. And here is the storm surge forecast. And for the Outer Banks, it's going to be in that 2 to 4 foot range. I haven't looked at what the tides are, but remember that you also have the tides and whatever size waves you have coming in on top of that. Rainfall through Friday pretty much has not changed. It's going to be probably a maximum of maybe 5 inches of rain on the Outer Banks and less as you go in. Most of the rain will stay out to sea with Maria. Here is a picture of a satellite of Maria, and you can see how close it is to the Outer Banks, but you can also see that it's having a little battle with dry air, and that's why it doesn't look as circular and complete, the convection. And that's what they're thinking, that it probably will not intensify. And here is Lee. And it's going to be absolutely no threat to the mainland. It's going to keep making its westerly and then north and then northeast, and it'll be caught up and go off to the northeast probably by the end of next week. So that's a good thing, and there is nothing else on the map. So we have no more waves or anything right now that they're looking at. And here is our beach forecast. It's in the red, so they do not want anybody going into the water. There's going to be rip currents and large swells, and probably some beach erosion too. So just not a good day to be at the beach, other than if you want to watch the waves and look at the weather coming in. Next up, our UV is back today, and it's around a 4 or 5. 4 in Myrtle Beach, 5 up near Carolina Beach, which means you've got about 40 minutes unprotected in the middle of the day before you start to get skin damage. And now looking at our space weather, we have 2 watches that are out. We have a G1 and a G2. The G2 is on the 28th of September, a little bit stronger one, and that's that yellow line. It's a little hard to see, but very well they could see the northern lights all the way down, probably in South Dakota, probably somewhere even in Ohio. And I had someone email me in a question about Lee and Maria. They asked that, they said Lee has a central pressure of 979 millibars and has a wind speed of 90. Maria has a central pressure of 969 millibars, much lower, and only has 80 mile an hour winds. And they wanted to know how could this be. And this is because of Jose. Jose churned up the waters. Maria is taking pretty much the same path north up the coast, and also Maria is running into some dry air. But normally, yeah, the lower the central pressure, the higher the wind speeds, the stronger the hurricane is. But in this case, with the cooler waters, it is not allowing it to have those higher wind speeds. And like I say, there's some other factors with dry air and things. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and we will talk to you soon. Have a nice day.